morning, you guys. We are back with one of my favorite types of videos that I make, and that is my home update videos. This one is for summer, which if you are watching this video during summer, I hope yours is going really well. I know for me it's been busy and exciting, and I've been working on a lot of new projects that I am really excited about. I also celebrated my birthday earlier this month and actually turned 30, which has been a very interesting experience for me. I think in your 20s, it's like a time where you feel like you kind of have to have everything together, but you're also young. I mean, I'm still young, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but I can feel sort of like a weight lifted in a way. And so many people rave about how good your 30s are. So I'm very excited to experience them and feel very lucky to have made it this far. But cheers to turning 30. If anyone else is watching and you're a July baby, or a June baby, I guess, too, and you're a Cancer, then happy birthday, fellow Cancer. There is so much to celebrate, and today we're gonna be celebrating a lot of the new things in my apartment, and there's actually quite a bit to show you. I have some updates to my bathroom, which I've never actually showed on YouTube before. I have a couple rugs I wanna show you guys. I've got new curtains. I've got new flatware that I literally picked up yesterday off of Facebook Marketplace. Not even actually checked it out. I've just seen it on pictures. I did look at like one spoon and it looks beautiful, but we're gonna like unbox it all together. I'm gonna show you guys, and we're gonna talk through all of the updates here in my house. So here is our 2024 summer home update. Okay guys, starting in my bedroom, I'm gonna get into each thing in my room because there's quite a bit that I wanna talk to you guys about. And the first thing we're gonna start with is my rug, which is from the brand Nordic. It is the Park 03 rug in burgundy, and it is just, it's so subtle with the stripe, but so impactful. It adds a lot of character to my space. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys a little closer up where the lighting is better so you can actually see the details, but I love this rug so much and I have a lot of thoughts on it that are positive. So I want to share it with you guys because if you're like me, I was contemplating a Nordic rug for such a long time and finally got one. It's just a no regret situation. I really love it. So let me show it to you guys and tell you all about it. Okay, so stepping into the light where you can see the details a bit better. Honestly, you might be able to see too many details. The one downside to having a darker rug and a white dog is that their hair gets on everything, and beyond the dog, I do feel like these more contrasty rugs are beautiful, but if you have lighter bedding or a dog like I do, or I mean even just like with dust, you do see things on this rug more frequently than you would, I guess, if you had a lighter rug, but you kind of have to pick your battles because lighter rugs show dirt really easily. So unless you're just so regimented about making sure you're not dragging dirt in your room, which is really hard to do. I live in LA, so between just everyday things getting dirty or my dog running in the room, it's just impossible. But all that to say, I love this rug so much. It is the most beautiful burnt orange red color. It is also the most comfortable rug I have ever had. Like, it just feels substantially different, and you know, it should. It's definitely more expensive than a lot of other rugs on the market, and I have a variety of rugs in my house. Like one of the other ones I'm going to show you today is a lot more affordable than this one, but one thing that has really stood out to me about this rug that I have never seen before is it has not once shed. I have never seen a single fiber of this rug anywhere in my room except for when I go to vacuum. You know, naturally when you vacuum, stuff does come up, but even still, it's not a lot. Like most rugs you get, there's a shedding process that happens for sometimes the first few weeks that you get it. I mean, some rugs kind of just shed forever, but this one has not shed at all. It is the 9x12 size option, which I think looks really good in my space. I had an 8x10 in here before, and it felt a little small. So I appreciate the extra padding on the sides. It just is so comfy on the feet. It looks amazing. It's got character, but it's not overwhelming because the stripes are all kind of like a similar color. It's just like the material itself is a little bit different. I just can't speak highly enough about how much I love this rug. And then moving on to another Nordic Knots product I got is their curtains, which are actually brand new. And I went for a color that was pretty similar to the color of my ceiling. It's a little more muted, but I do like how it kind of carries through that color palette down through the space. And these are just the biggest upgrade from what I had before, which was the Hannah curtain from IKEA. I loved those, but I mean, I've had them for 3.5 years and they definitely serve their purpose for the time that I had them. They're a great price and they look beautiful, but I just wanted something that made more of a statement, and I feel like these look so good and I'm just really happy with the quality. Sometimes you splurge on these brands and you're kind of like, I probably spent a little more, like you're paying for the name, but I don't feel that way with Nordic Knots. I really do feel like you get what you pay for, and it is just significantly better than what you're going to find in a lot of other places. So definitely a huge fan of this brand and the updates I've made in my room with this brand. Then moving over, we have my most recent estate sale find, which, sorry, there's a PlayStation remote on the chair getting in the way. I'm actually the one-person version of that joke people make about wanting an aesthetic apartment, but you have a boyfriend who has like a PlayStation or an Xbox or like sports memorabilia or something, which I don't have that and never would display it if I did, but I do like my PlayStation and I'd rather have it in here than out in the living room, which is where I did have it, and it just sat out on display, and this is way more discreet. But anyway, all that to say, this chair here is actually my most recent estate sale find, and it is a French chair, I believe. There's an actual term for the style of chair it is, but I thought it would be really cool for a vanity or as just an accent chair like it's being used in here. I didn't really have an exact place in mind for this chair when I picked it up, but I paid $40 for it, which is insane because it is just such a beautiful, solid piece, and it has this really nice leather back to it and detailing on the side. You could even see here, there's this adjustable knob for the back or like lumbar rest. I don't know. It's not a headrest because I guess unless you're a child, your head probably wouldn't come up to here, but I thought it was so cool. And I also wanted to tell you guys about something I learned. If you are an avid shopper of secondhand items, that is the Google app. If you are out looking for really anything, but specifically for your home, this is the best app. And I actually learned this trick from a lady at an estate sale. There was a woman that I met. She was putting on the estate sale. She does them all around Los Angeles. Her and I kind of hit it off and got into great conversation because I was just really intrigued about her job and the houses that she goes into and the things she finds and sells and all of that. But she told me, she was like, if you're ever at a thrift store or an estate sale and you want to quickly know the value of something, you can go to Google. You have to download the Google app, at least on the iPhone you do. And you hit camera and literally just take a picture, and just like that, there are all these listings for a chair that looks almost identical. I mean, that's $125 and it doesn't even have the leather on the back, but it's got very similar legs. Here's one for $300. Here's one for $399. So it's on average around, I mean, I would say $250 to $400 for this chair, and I got mine for $40. So I am really in love with it. I actually need to clean it still. I've not even wiped it down. The surface is quite dirty, but it's just such a cool piece. And I love mixing these vintage styles with more modern styles, which this is also vintage too, and we're going to get into this, but I think it creates such a like fun and interesting balance. Like even that chair being under my perfume cabinet is just really cool to me. I love mixing styles in that way, which I know a lot of people do. But moving on to my dresser, which is absolutely one of my favorite secondhand purchases probably ever. This was the biggest upgrade I have made to my space because if you watched my last home update video, you probably saw the dresser I had before was probably from like here to there. Like it was significantly smaller, like 33%. That's really specific, but like it was like 33% less in size. And it also only had 4 drawers on it. So organizing my clothing was always a nightmare because it barely fit anything. So I had to put a lot of stuff in my closet, which just looked messy all the time. This has been the biggest upgrade. I mean, it's got 12 drawers on it. So you can't really ask for much more storage than that in a dresser. This is from a brand called Founders. And I want to say it's from the 70s, but I could be wrong on that. I actually just looked on my phone to just show you guys that I believe that, I mean, this one has legs on it, but it's by Jack Cartwright, and this one's going for $38.95. Okay, so $39.85, like really similar in price, but it was Jack Cartwright for Founders Furniture Company, and it's from the 1960s. But this thing is just huge. It's beautiful. It makes such a great surface to just display all of my favorite things. And when I tell you, it has elevated my room so much, just having a much more substantial piece of furniture in here. I just can't even explain how much I love it. I also got these nightstands from Founders as well, but I think I've already talked about those. I got these at an estate sale too. I think I paid $300 for the pair. There's the other one over here. And they're really cool because they have this kind of aluminum metal detailing here. Once again, I love mixing things from different time periods. I love mixing different materials, like having a stone bowl on this natural wood. I'm just so happy with how my bedroom is coming together. And you guys have seen it through many different stages and eras, but this is definitely one that I'm just so satisfied with. And I've been really intentional about all the colors and the materials and trying to buy a lot of things secondhand as well. So yeah, this is my bedroom. All right, moving along to my bathroom now, which I have never really shown here on YouTube, mainly because it's very gray and white. And it's been updated in a way that I personally would not choose, but it could also be worse. It's just, you know, in the world of home and interiors, there's a lot of people who love to DIY things and add peel and stick. And I think DIY is good to a certain point, but I also really believe it's important to just embrace the space that you have and aspire for something new when you go out and find your next home. Obviously, if you own the home, go crazy, but I rent and I'm just not down to have to like peel up a bunch of stuff in this space when I move out. So I will definitely find a cooler bathroom when I get my next place. But the main thing I wanted to show you guys in here is my new towels. Okay, another reason I never film in my bathroom is because it's really hard with the lighting in here. There's like one primary light source and it's just a compact space. But the biggest thing I wanted to show you guys that I have upgraded in my bathroom is actually my towels. And I am a little embarrassed to admit this, but I've had the same towels since I was probably 21, 22, and I just turned 30. A lot of my towels came from Costco, Target, and I just had this really sad mixed match collection of towels that honestly probably was like a health hazard with the fact that towels get like mildew and mold and stuff. And I'm sure when you have them for that long, they definitely need to be replaced at one point or another. And so I got these from Brooklinen. I have a lot more in the bathroom, but this is just like some that I had sitting out. I have guests coming into town. But real quick on Brooklinen, I have been a huge fan for quite a long time. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I mean, even on YouTube, I've talked about the brand before. I have quite a bit of their bedding within my bedding collection. The quality is unreal. They make my favorite cotton bedding ever. Like, it's so soft and so broken in, but the same level of quality and unique colors definitely follows through within their bathroom collection. The option that I went for is called Midnight Striped Navy, and they're made out of Turkish cotton, so it's really plush. I've never had towels that are this thick before. Like, when I dry off with them, it actually feels like a hug. They're just so soft and heavyweight. Having really good towels is such a luxury, and it's something that I just haven't had in a really long time, so I'm really thankful for it. But yeah, I love this color option. However, they have quite a few other styles of towels too. I'm gonna put a couple of my favorites on screen, and I really think you guys should check them out if you're in the market for new towels. Brooklinen, I mean, they're just like a fan favorite for a reason. These are so well made, and they also look stunning in my bathroom and have really just helped transform the space, which I am so thankful for. I also got a bath mat from Brooklinen in the same color as this like stripe detailing here, which is called Midnight Navy. Just is a great way to draw in the color from the other towels and textiles in the space. Also blue and gray go well together. Like I said, I didn't want to do anything that felt so out of place in this space. Like I just need to embrace the gray for what it is. And I feel like this is a great way to add a little bit of warmth because this isn't stark white. It's like a slight, sort of like a cream color. And the blue really just ties it all together. So I also wanted to mention to you guys that Brooklinen is offering 15% off. If you guys click the link in the description box, you can get that offer and pick yourself up a towel bundle, which I highly recommend doing versus buying them all separately. I think you save a little bit when you do the towel bundle. But also, if you're in the need for bedding, throw some sheets in there too. Their organic cotton is my absolute favorite cotton bedding. So you can upgrade your bathroom and your bedroom with Brooklinen. Thank you to Brooklinen for sponsoring this video. All right guys, on to the next room. So we're actually in my dining room, which I don't ever show because the lighting in here is really rough. But I picked up new flatware from a seller on Facebook Marketplace yesterday. And when I saw this, I DM'd them immediately. It's brass antique silverware. I need new silverware. Similar to my towels, I've had the same silverware for quite a while. It's from Costco and it's been good. It was actually what I bought when I first moved out on my own. I've been meaning to upgrade it for a while, but a lot of the silverware you find online that's really beautiful and also really high quality is really expensive. So when I found this, I was like $75 and I'm really excited about it. So here are a couple serving spoons. I don't know if you can really see. I'm trying to get these to focus on camera, but they're just not. So I am going to unpackage all of this and then show you guys everything sitting on the table. It's really stunning. Guys, I was recording and then took a break for a second and look who I found laying on my bed. I don't know if I've shown Blondie on the channel in a bit, but look at how big she's getting. She weighs about 70 pounds and she's 8.5 months old. She turns 1 year old on October 24th and she's just so sweet. It's hard to not let her just take complete ownership of the whole house, but I try to be mindful of sectioning off rooms so things can stay somewhat clean. But I mean, that's pet ownership. Blondie, do you have anything to say to the camera? Oh, you're so beautiful. I love you. Okay, let me go show you guys the silverware. Here is all of the flatware laid out. Look at how stunning this is. You just can't find stuff like this brand new. Like, shopping secondhand is the best. The stuff, for being as old as it is in such great shape. I don't even know what some of these tools are. Like, someone in the comments let me know what that is. But I mean, I'm set now. If I were to have bought this, like there was a brand called Sabre, I don't know exactly what it's pronounced, but they're based out of Paris and they make silverware that's sort of similar to this style. But I mean, a set of like 5 pieces is around $100 and this is perfectly aged. Let me show you guys a closer up shot of this. There we go. You can really see better now. I am so happy to own this. It's brass, antique, and I think you guys can see probably the details a little bit better in that light. When it comes to silverware, I am fully stocked and I need to start using my dining space more. I know in my next apartment, that's something I'm really gonna prioritize is making sure the lighting is good all over my house because you can't really tell on the camera at this point, just with the settings being how they are, but it's just really dark in here and I wanna host dinner parties and do more hosting related things. Anywho, I just thought these were really cool. These were such a fun find and I just needed to show you guys because I knew y'all would appreciate it just as much as I do. Okay guys, and then moving through the hallway into my living room, I did want to stop and show this to you because this was actually a birthday gift that was made for me by my good friend Rob. And if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you have probably seen Rob. He is an amazing interior decorator and is just a fellow like content creator in the home and interior space. And he made this for me for my birthday. I absolutely love it. Let me actually bring it into the light so I can show you a bit better. Okay, I feel like this is much better, but he made this with pastels and wrote me a nice little birthday message on the back. And Robert has also made a similar piece of art, a lot bigger than this, but it's over his fireplace in his living room and it's so beautiful. This sort of style is really cool and my living room is dirty, so I'm gonna try to avoid showing you that particular area. But this is just the coolest addition to my hallway, which is otherwise just, it's not bland, it just doesn't have a lot going on. So I love it in this space, and I appreciate Robert so much for such a thoughtful and personal gift. Moving on to the living room. There is a lot that has changed in this space since I last showed you guys a home update. I think everything's new pretty much. The rug is new, the chairs are new, that coffee table is new. My living room has been very incomplete for quite a while. I didn't have accent chairs in here. I had to take all my rugs up because of Blondie, and when she was in her earlier stages of puppyhood, she was going to the bathroom on everything, and so I took all the rugs up, and the rug that I chose to put down is what I'm going to talk to you about first. It is the Arl rug from Rugs USA. If you watched my office transformation video, I have the wheat version of this rug, which is like the most beautiful golden shade. Since my sofa is kind of a golden wheat color, I felt like their new navy blue version would be so beautiful. I want to say this is called Midnight, but the size is a 9x12, and I think the blue works really well in here. It gives the room character without being too loud, and yeah, I need to hang that artwork. It bothers me that it's not hanging up, but I have just procrastinated that for some reason. I also really need a plant pot for that, so if you have any ideas on what you think would look good, please let me know in the comments. Moving along, we have these chairs and this coffee table, which are both from Lulu in Georgia. I love balancing materials and just incorporating a good mix of materials into my spaces. I love that this is wood, but has that sort of natural woven material for the actual seat portion. I also love the bentwood arm and leg situation on this chair. These are really cool. Once again, I'll link everything below. I used to have a coffee table that was very modern. It had a glass top and chrome legs, and it was really cool looking, but didn't complement the space very well, I don't think. Something about furniture with a glass surface I've just learned I don't like. I think in certain environments it works, but in this living room, it was really hard to style. Anytime I would put stuff on it, it always felt busy for some reason. And this is just so much more substantial. It's bigger. It works better in the space. The black marble is just so stunning, and I am really, really happy with the way that the whole room came together, but specifically just love that table so much. And then my last update in here is my curtains, which are also from Lulu in Georgia. I'm gonna come up close so you can see a little bit better. These are the copper and sand curtain. They're like a heavy velvet, definitely so different from what I had before, which was the Hannah curtain from IKEA. I used to have those in every room in the house because they are really affordable and they look good. They filter light nice, and they do provide some good privacy, but I mean, the way that these curtains transformed the room and just added so much depth and mood to the space, they honestly kind of make the room feel like a movie theater because they don't let much light filter through. I think it ties in the warmth from my sofa and the wooden elements in the space. They do have these in a few other colors. I think one that's more white, one that's green, but I went for the copper and sand color, which just, I'm obsessed with it. It looks so good. And then finally, you can probably hear this making some noise because it is running pretty high right now. It says the air quality is moderate, but this is my Molekule air purifier. I have wanted one of these for quite a while, not only because I live in a really old apartment and mold is a common thing with these types of places, but also because of the pet dander. Since getting Blondie, I noticed that when I got her, my allergies really did act up a lot, but I wanted something that could give me a better understanding of my air quality and was powerful enough to, I guess, filter the air in my space. So far I like it. I actually do feel like the air I'm breathing in my home is a lot cleaner, and at least now I have some sort of an idea about what the air quality is like in my home. So yeah. They also make smaller molecules too if you want them in other rooms, which I probably should do in my bedroom, But for now, I have this really big one and I do like it a lot. All right, guys, that is it for our summer 2024 home update. If you have not already, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned because I have some cool videos planned over the next few weeks and months. Also, if you have not yet followed me on Instagram and TikTok, please be sure to do that. I post a lot of other content there. I really love when you guys reach out and say hi and let me know that you came from YouTube. Hope you guys are having a very fun and safe summer, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.